try again. And it's time, everyone, for some Sunday morning bacon. Because why not? This is bacon, cooked in, what else? Bacon grease. Started with a dry pan and just let the bacon render as it cooks. Because, of course, there's nothing better on a Sunday morning, almost nothing, than bacon. Especially bacon cooked in a vintage cast iron pan. And I love cooking in this particular pan. This is a Birmingham Stove Range Red Mountain series that I call Lightning. It is a size 7, and it has some casting marks on the bottom that look like cracks, but they're not. They call that sand shifting. And not only does it give the pan a look like it's like lightning, there is something about this particular pan that just cooks wonderfully fast, at lightning speed, you could say. There we go. So this bacon is not quite as done, but it's done enough. And so I like calling this lightning for this reason. Ah, yes. Some folks talk about the obsession we have with bacon here in the United States. And I can only say, yeah, okay. As if that's a bad thing. I know, bacon is, it is something of a fad as well. You know, it's like you can tell you're in the U.S. when you cook something and you add bacon to it. Meanwhile, in other countries, they are wondering, why are we way overcooking the bacon like this? Because we like it, that's why. There we go. So we've got bacon deep fried in bacon grease. And of course we get to observe the bacon grease after this is all done. That's not taking long either. Told you, that's why I call this pan lightning. Oops, careful there. Yeah. Of course, you know what they say. If you give your pans funny names like Big Bertha, Old Smoky, Lightning, you might have cast ironitis. To which I could say, okay, so I have cast ironitis. Not much more that can be said, other than it's just about time for breakfast here. And this is not going to be an hour-long documentary on bacon anyway. But I'll bet if you looked around you could find one. The history of bacon. Not that we care right now. All we care about is that it's Sunday morning and it's time for bacon. Bacon! You know why Jamaican is the perfect language? Because in Jamaica, they pronounce beer can and bacon the same way. Bacon! Yeah. Just being funny. Besides, I'm talking about bacon. That's hardly an insult. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to drain off this grease. Boy, this certainly was some fatty bacon. Well, that's a good thing. You can use the bacon grease to season some more cast iron, or better yet, do some cooking later today, which is my intention. Only have one more piece left after this. In fact, I think turn the pan around. because I have a terrible stove and it has hot spots. This side cooks faster than this side. Ah, yes. Do you folks have a special pan just for bacon? I know folks have a special pan for cornbread. I'm surprised the manufacturers haven't made a pan especially for bacon, or maybe that's what they consider grill pans to be. Yeah, this is just about done now. Only one more piece. Nice. Yeah, I'd say this is done. Okay, so, because it will dry out, of course, on the sheet here. There you go. Have a screenshot of bacon, everyone. Ah, yes. We have a cat who goes crazy for bacon. Well, why not? There are a lot of people's cats go crazy for bacon. Dogs, too. Her name is Miss Mobley. If she was a guy, maybe we would have called her Kevin, you know. Kevin Bacon. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Oh, this is a very thin slice. This is not going to last long. Yeah. But that's what I get for buying some store-bought bacon. They call it thick cuts, except for the ones that aren't. And I guess I'll finish up by saying again, Birmingham Stove Range, so-called handwritten pan, which dates it to possibly the 1920s, I'm told, and more likely the 1930s. The first generation of BSR pans, when the letters were handwritten or hand-etched onto the patterns and the molds. Those are real prizes. Proud to own one. I found it at an antique mall. The seller really didn't know what it was, and because it was not a Wagner or a Griswold, of course they really didn't care, and they sold it at a reasonable price, which certainly made it worth it. Oop, gotta watch the bacon grease there. Once this is done, I think I will end this video by, well, draining the bacon grease and then showing you the bottom. There is, of course, a good possibility you may have a BSR pan in your kitchen, and not just because you're on this Facebook group, although it helps, but because BSR made so many pans over the years, and a lot of them have been passed down from one generation to the next. Which is one reason why I love what the internet has done for cast iron in the past 10 years or so. Watch it. Slipped there. Broke it. No, I didn't break it. It's still there. And that is, of course, it's revealed a lot of the history of cast iron, so that these are not just frying pans. They are pieces of history. That's one reason why we enjoy it. We are cooking with history here. And I'm not kidding either. That makes this something extra special. Not only is this bacon, bacon, but it really is a tradition. One that I'm very proud to pass on. That's one reason why I'm not interested in cooking this bacon in the oven, even though you could do that. Or microwaving this bacon, even though you could do that. I enjoy using my cast iron. And, of course, the bacon grease is going to help season the pan, too. Bacon! Yeah. One admission, my roommate actually has Tourette's syndrome, and it sounds like she's starting to tick. Well, it's hardly the worst way to tick. Bacon! yeah, I mean, hey, that's a way of life for her, so might as well enjoy it. And with that, I do believe we are finished with our bacon.
Bacon. At least we're not here to hear my struggle by. Now that you played that tick in me.
Yeah. Well, again, it's hardly the worst tick. There you go. I'm gonna turn this off and dig out my bacon grease container.
Back home.
And of course, this is why a bacon grease container absolutely must be metal, because I'm about to pour some hot bacon grease into it. If it were plastic, it would melt, and if it was glass, there's a chance it would shatter. Fortunately, this is definitely metal. In fact, let me see if I can get a better view of this here. Let me try bringing this stand up a little bit. Don't mind the roller coaster there, folks. Down. There we are. Now comes the money shot. Here we get to do some hot bacon grease. Mix it in. I know I probably should strain it, but there's nothing wrong with it, and it's not burned. That will melt all the rest of it, and we'll have a nice even coating of bacon grease. So there we go. And one last thing, as I promised. Let's move back here. Take a look at this pan, which, as I said, is a Birmingham Stove Range handwritten pan. Actually, I think I better wipe this first. Sorry. Do this carefully. There we go. I probably still need to wash this thing as well, but at least this way it won't drip all over the place. Now, as I said, this is a Birmingham Stove Range. There we go. Handwritten pan. It is 7P, and you can see how the marks look like they are handwritten. It also has some casting flaws that make it look like there's lightning on the pan. Between that and the way this thing just cooks bacon and other things like lightning, I'm definitely proud to give this pan a nickname of, well, what else? Lightning. And there we go. And we are done with our Sunday morning bacon. Thank you for wasting your time with me, folks. I had a little fun, and I hope you did too. Catch you all later. Thank you so much.